should you buy a house before or after getting married?
Well, one thing is,
This one, a lot of people ask me also, like you know, like, should I get married first and then buy a house, or should I buy first then only get
get a
married?
house.
Because the general idea, I think a lot of people say that you should never buy a house together, joint loan or joint name, without getting married first. But then the other side would say, actually, what's the difference? Like because a lot of people say, when you get married, you don't get married to get a divorce. That's what a lot of people say lah. So actually, is there any difference?
Actually, one thing to take into mind is that if you were to buy a property before marriage, one thing is they don't easily approve the loan if the couples are not married yet.
Okay, so one
so
thing, the
that-
question might be moot in the first place lah.
But there are some banks that you might can convince them based on your income, or then you can
have high
actually
income.
you are able to convince them to get you the loan. Then that one is no problem.
Companies lah,
Like
SSM.
or maybe they have form a company together or anything.
partnership.
So, but that one no problem. What if if the bank approve it, then okay. But one thing, so the thing is, let's say
Let's say the bank approve. Okay.
Okay, let's say the
One
bank
thing, okay,
approve
just now
lah.
you said, okay, firstly, generally what you said, the bank might not approve in the first place, so we don't even have to answer this question lah, because you don't gonna get it anyway. But what if the bank approve? Like I know there are banks that very how do I put this tight. Their policies are very tight. They don't give this kind of loan, joint loan. Couple are not married yet, they don't take that risk. But I know there are banks who give,
Yeah.
especially if you have high income. So what about that?
Actually, so this actually, if they are able to get the loan and then buy a property together, this actually helps them to. This all goes back to premarital counseling again, like where you gonna stay. So they actually, the fact that they can actually, the fact that they're going to buy a property together before marriage means they actually talk through it. I think people really talk seriously more on buying property together than a wedding.
Yes.
Yeah,
I
like
would
they
think
really
so.
talk.
You mean than a marriage? You mean?
The wedding.
Oh.
As in, like, like people like wedding. Okay lah, let's get married. We go have a wedding. But what about like when it comes to a house? Means they have to go through it. They have to see which house, where they want to stay, which area, which location, how much
see.
is the,
Okay, I
how
see what
much
you're
is the, how big is the house, and then how much is the monthly loan, monthly installment. They actually have to go through it because these involve both of them and their financial. So this actually let them talk about it too. So I would say that this one they talk more about it than their wedding. Right?
Okay. But you haven't answered my question.
Okay, wait for it then. So this one actually, it's actually helps them to, because after like you go through, discuss all this, and then you guys decided this is the house that you guys want to get, then you go and get bank the loan, and then the bank approve and everything, then you guys have a house. So it's actually you get to build a foundation already, your base. So once after wedding, then you move into your house lah.
Okay, but what if they don't have intention to get married? Basically, what I'm asking is,
Or the legal side, like legal
Yeah.
implication, like how, like what happens if they don't want to get married.
yes, they don't have. Maybe not that they don't want to get married, but they don't have any short-term plan to get married in like a few months' time, or in like few years.
time.
Like
Or
they
they
have
just
that
don't want to
plan.
get married, or they
maybe
are
both
like,
are
they just
only.
prefer to stay as well.
Not yet. Not yet. Maybe both are 30-year-old. I give you example lah. Both 30. No plans to get married yet, but they want to buy a house, but
Because rental is expensive.
expensive. Then they want to start start buying house lah. But then they want to get, they're wondering lah, want to do a joint loan, joint name, or should they wait until they get married? What are the risks? Actually, they would prefer to buy now, but they are just, because of
Worried
people
that there
say
are risks.
you shouldn't do that and all that. But should they listen to people that says such thing? What are the risks actually?
Actually, the risk is if, let's say, the relationship doesn't work out, then that will be difficult. Like okay, then if the relationship doesn't work out, then what happens to the house? Then how do you
Yes.
divide the property? So because this one you're not married, so basically your name is, you both will go 50-50. So the options you have is you sell the house and then divide the proceeds 50-50, or maybe if you can still GB in you guys can still talk to each other and everything, then rent it out and then share the rental proceeds together. But the worst thing is, what if you guys broke off and then you guys married with another person? Then that
You still
property,
have to be in touch with your boyfriend, ex-boyfriend.
ex-boyfriend, ex-girlfriend, and then like then worse is that because once you're married to that person, then that person will have, like, in a way, have a say on your have a right on your assets, in a way. Like, this one will cover it another day because it's
Okay.
too long. So it's quite risky also lah. So it's like, in a way, you have to be really sure this is
That's why they said you remain until married first lah.
yeah, unless you're really sure that you are going to get married in the
And-
near future, then you should get, it's okay to get the property together.
Also, I want to add also, but let's say I thought of this lah. Let's say you are married, you have that I don't know how to say. Is it protection? You have a a sense of security in the event the other spouse, either the wife or the husband, did something wrong on you, wrong you, cross you, then that person will have obligation to compensate you in a way. Like example lah, I give the worst case scenario is let's say you just boyfriend and girlfriend, and the boyfriend cheated, slept with someone else. There's nothing you can do lah. You just like that lah. You just have to discuss with him as a person to person, just dispose the house, or I don't know, like you have to go through it lah. But if you are married, that person who did that has to compensate you lah, in a way. Either you can claim this and claim that. That one is another discussion lah. It's a long discussion for that one.
Just
But
like, in
that's the
short, like,
difference.
let's say if boyfriend and girlfriend, that property just remains 50-50. But if you're husband and wife, it could be more than 50%.
It's arguable.
It's arguable. Like,
It's
if let's say it
arguable.
becomes a really, like,
It depends on the
highly
facts.
depends on the facts, and also depends on the evidence that you have. So it could go up to more than 50%. So in a way, it's after you get married, then it actually protects you lah.
If you are the right person lah. I mean, if you're in the right. Yeah, if you're in the right. If you're in the wrong,
Yeah.
then you're screwed.
Yeah.